Hello, my very dear Gemini people. This is your reading for the week of April 27th, or when you hear it and it resonates, and it will be for all Gemini. Gemini, the first thing that I saw when I started tuning into your energy, it's interesting because I know I've seen this for you before. A silver bell was being rung. So so this is Spirit. The Spirit's ringing the bell for you because they want you to be aware of something. They're watching. Lovingly, kindly. What they're showing me is you, almost like you're a little kid, and there's a line, and it's like you're hiding behind this line and you're letting all this stuff go on in front of you. And even though it's disturbing you, you're not stepping forward and saying stop. So obviously this must be about boundaries of some kind. And so what I'm seeing is you as almost like this little kid, like you're really mustering yourself up to be able to stop and step over and go and state something. And part of the reason you hesitate is because you don't know if you're going to be able to do it in a way that's going to sound reasonable, that's going to make you not sound crazy, that somebody is going to accept, appreciate. You don't want to be shamed by it. And you definitely don't want to feel powerless. So sometimes it's easier to not step forward to that line and make your statements. What they're showing me is that sometimes you do. And sometimes, in order to get over the line, it's kind of like you got to push yourself through. And so, of course, this is like the swing of the pendulum, right? When we're learning a new behavior, it's like if we're used to just being always quiet and passive, I'm not saying you specifically, but a person, if we're used to being quiet and passive, and then we start having to give our opinions, sometimes we do it in a way that is not delicate. Because we're so used to not doing it, we don't have the wiring, we don't have the experience, we don't have the resources for that behavior to call upon. And so it can come out guns blazing or just in ways that is not kind. And we don't want to do that. So what you're being told here is the bell is being rung for you, not in any kind of negative way, but in a way that is saying Spirit is here with you. Whatever you're going through in regards to setting boundaries, speaking your truth, this is what's coming in exactly right now in speaking your truth. This is a really good time for you to be able to take into account how much this is a process of faith, because faith ultimately happens as a journey inward. It's a spiritual experience, and we can really only start understanding those concepts if we're prepared to really understand that we are part of a sacred experience, and everybody we are dealing with is as well. They have as many guides as you do. They have as much divine love and acceptance as you do, and they have as much support and opportunity as you do. This is the way the universe works. So you are allowed to make your statements, and you're even allowed to do it badly. You're even allowed to do it with too much energy. As you're learning how to do this, it's a matter of, when I say too much energy, what I really mean is coming out of that fiery quality of forcing it out, as opposed to having now developed experiences where you understand you can say no, the world's not going to end, things can move on, and so maybe next time it can be done differently. But understand, please, that because it can be so difficult if it's not something you're used to doing. Spirit really wants you to remember that this is a part of your growth. This is a part of your faith process. This is a part of you evolving your consciousness into higher frequencies, into broader concepts of love, compassion, all of that stuff. So if you're the kind of Gemini who's on this track, what you're being told is this. Look out for cognitive distortions, first of all. Look out for the way you frame things in absolutes when they're not, because that can be the kind of thing that creates that sense of urgency and also that sense of limited possibility. You're also being told, check in with yourself. Allow yourself to really reflect on what your mind is doing. When are you getting in your own way? When are you not allowing yourself to linger on positive thoughts? What do you do instead? And what's the benefit to that? Sometimes we'll go to worst case scenario because we think it prepares us, but in fact, it really doesn't. And if we're going to want to be talking about this from a metaphysical causation point of view, fear is a prayer for what we don't want, right? We want to put out the energy of what we want to get back. So whatever you're dealing with, whether or not it's a situation or whether or not this is just mind mechanisms that you're coming to be aware of and understand in yourself, you're being told, do it with the understanding that there is divine presence in everything and everyone. Understand whatever sticky situation you are in right now is part of a cosmic plan for you, for somebody, for everybody who's involved in it. And that everybody's got something to learn here. Use your intuition. Understand that as you're developing your faith, you're going to increase your intuition. And as you work more with your intuition, you will be moving towards an understanding of true faith. Okay? Gemini, I'm going to leave you with that. This, again, for me is really beautiful. It's reminding you, because some of you are going through some difficult things that might be bringing back issues from childhood. Again, because I see that you, this little you that's like, dare I? Ugh, okay, maybe. No, okay, I'll back up now. I'll do it differently, or I won't do it again. And now this is you learning how to really come fully into your adult power. And your adult power in a way where you can consciously, deliberately choose to work with the energy of higher consciousness. And that's a wonderful thing. And you've got spirit helping you here with you with that. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that, Gemini. Take care.